What's up guys, this is Kobe with Sample Source back with another video. In today's video, I'm going to break down exactly down to the penny how much I've made off of the music industry. And I'm also going to lay out how I make most of my money off of independent artists instead of major placements in this video. Okay guys, so first I want to start this off by saying I don't say any of this to boast. It's literally just to break down how much I made from the music industry so that you can go and compare, like, is this worth getting into for myself, considering the amount of time that I've spent doing it versus what I do to make most of my money now. So I'm going to give an alternative, but I'm not pushing for either one. So you can choose to chase placements or you can choose to be an online music producer. Either one is perfectly fine. There's no right or wrong. I know plenty of full-time producers that make all of their money off of placements, and some people who never get placements but they make plenty of money from leasing. I have worked with Rod Wave, so let me just put him down. So I worked on a record called Freestyle, Rod Wave. That's the biggest one I've been a part of. I have also worked with this artist called Bino. Another placement that I got was with somebody who is an artist, but they also were an actor. They acted on the show Power. His name is Rotimi. But yeah, so I did all of those records, and I also got paid for an artist that was smaller named Delicia at the time. So that one was called Cool Gray, and so I got paid for that one as well. And I'm only listing the ones that I really like got splits on and that type of thing. So some of them had no paperwork. So we had K-Camp, had one called Smart Water. And I also have one with YFN Lucci as well. It was called Mama Told Me. It was a feature that he did. So I had that one as well. I have, and then I have one with Forever Friday. I forget how to like spell his artist name, but I think it's like that. So I had one with Forever Friday. It's called like Time for something. I forget what the name is, but it had a few million plays. Just never had any paperwork, so I never got paid for any of those records. And then I also have unreleased songs with Chris Brown. I have unreleased ones with like Big Sean. I have one with Young and Ace that never got released. I have an unreleased one with Lecrae. Big artist with Reach Records. And then the other one I had was OMB Peasy as well. So and I also have an unreleased song with Designer. I forget how to spell his name, so I'll just spell it the way Designer. I think it's with like 2 I's. So I had one with Designer and King Loss. And there was 3 records that had no paperwork, never got paid for any. And I also have one that I was supposed to be paid for by an artist, Marlo. He unfortunately passed away. So he's supposed to pay me $1,000 for that. But he passed away, and Next of Kin never turned in the paperwork, right? Okay, so those are all the placements that I have. And so for the Rod Wave one, I'll just put Rod here. Let's see how much I got paid for that. So I got paid a $2,000 advance, and I also get a MicroSync royalty. So I'll just put like MicroSync MS for that, and it was between $100 and $200 every single month since the record came out in June or July of 2020. So it's been about like 3.5 years or so. And so if you add that up at an average of $150 a month, then that's going to be around $6,000. So the MicroSync alone is $6K, and I also have publishing built up with this record. Last time I checked with my manager, I think he was saying it was around $10,000. So we have that as well. I also signed an admin publishing deal. If you guys want to know more about that, I can make a separate video on what an admin pub deal is. But essentially, you're not doing a co-publishing deal where somebody gets half of your catalog and then you don't get any money until you actually pay back that advance. So that way I was able to take an advance from that of $10,000 as well. So that was my admin pub deal, which is all of my placements collectively put together. And then they collect the publishing royalties for me. And then in return, I get like 80%. They get like 20 in this case. And then he also offered an advance. So that's what made this like kind of desirable for me to do. And you know, I get to like travel to Atlanta for free, get a free trip to LA every year, and then it goes against the royalties. So I signed that deal as well. For I also had one with P Youngin. I forgot about that. So that's another placement I had. I got paid $833 for this record, and for the Beano record, I got paid $1,000 for that. For the Delicia record, I'll go up here to do that. For Delicia record, I was paid $1,500. So all the other placements I had that did not have an advance, I just got paid publishing and publishing royalties essentially. So if we add all of this up, 2 plus 6 is 8. So 8,000 plus the 10,000 for the pub deal, for the publishing on the Rod Wave record is going to be about 18 grand. And then we have the admin pub deal, which was 10, so that's 28,000. And then if you want to round all of these up, that's 28, 29, 30, 31,500. So we can just roughly call it $31,500. And this is gonna be like plus or minus the publishing catalog. So I don't know exactly what the publishing is looking like right now, what those checks are gonna be looking like, because I've never seen one yet. But that's going to be essentially the deal that's going to be had there. That's how much I earned from just the music industry in total. And so let's look at what the fees are included. So I have a managerial fee. So out of that 2K split from the Rod Wave record, he gets 20% of that. So that's minus $400. For the 10K admin deal, it's going to be minus $1.5 thousand for a music attorney to look at it. Is also going to be minus the managerial fee, which in this case is going to be 2,000, so 2K. So in this case, when it's all said and done, we're only getting 6,500 up front. So that's the check that we got there, and then for the Rod Wave record, got $1,600, right? So so that's kind of. So those are the managerial fees, and then for like the P Youngin record, $883, and then I still got to go and send 20% of that off to the manager. You can do the math on that, as well as with the $1,500 advance that I got from the Delicia record, 20% of that goes to the manager as well. So so with all when it's all said and done, it's really not that profitable for me to be making music. And then the other fees I have are travel expenses. So I went to LA. And I also went to Atlanta. And so every time I go there, I'm going to spend at least like $1,000 to $2,000. So you're thinking like it's like $2,000 to $4,000 a year in travel expenses. And some of that can go against my royalties if he's flying me out somewhere or something like that. But then I still got to Uber everywhere, or Lyft or something like that. And I got to eat out all the time. And so you end up spending a huge amount of money, because you don't have access to what you normally would have on an everyday basis. Essentially, that is how I made money in the music industry. It's literally down to the penny of what I know. And when I get more information on the publishing side, I can share more with you guys. And so now I want to share what I usually do with independent artists. So I'll just do IND for independent artists. And so what my method is for selling to them is what I do is I have to go and find the artist first off, so you guys can appreciate the artistry. That's a magnifying glass. So that's step one. Step one is to find the artist. Step two is to message them. So I'll put like a little like piece of mail there. So step one, find the artist. Step two, message them. The third one, I need to go and walk them down a funnel. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to walk them down a funnel. And so basically that's just DMs. It's trying to qualify the artist, trying to see if they're a good fit to work. And so that's step three. I walk them down a DM funnel. And then step four is going to be to hop onto a quick phone call. All right. So that's what we're going to do next is hop onto a quick phone call, build some rapport up with the artist and figure out like, hey, like, I know you wanted to do this and that with your career. I know you're wanting to put out music, and you want to do like singles and that type of thing, and you try to figure out if they get leases, if they get exclusives, if they get custom beats, what they actually need for the record, and then you're gonna prescribe them with an offer from yourself and pitch yourself in that spot and say, like, I think I can fill this void and we could get some work in. Are you interested in doing that? And if the artist is, then what you do is you pitch them onto a video call. So for that, like if you're doing a video call with the artist, I'll just do a TV stand for that one. So like if we're doing a video call with the artist, that way we can speak face to face. And secondly, what I can do is close them over the phone so that all of this is going to result in money into my bank account. So I go and close the sale and I'm like, all right, let's figure out how we can get the ball rolling with this. And then they're going to deposit money into my account, essentially. So that's how this works. And it's a 5-step process. I go and rinse and repeat it. And I'm able to make anywhere from like $3,000, $5,000 a month using this process. And I DM anywhere from like, 10 to 30 artists a day. That way I can consistently have artists coming in that I can go and prospect and see if I'm a good fit to work with. And if I can sell them a custom exclusive, then I'll sell that to them for around $1,000. If it's a regular exclusive deal, we do it for $1,000 as well. And if it's a beat pack, then I'm gonna do that at $250. So if you want more information on beat packs, exclusives, and what I offer, then I can make a video on that. So just comment below if this was helpful or not. But yeah, I just wanted to be transparent about what I've earned from the music industry versus what I earn from independent artists and what my process is like. So if you guys are interested in learning more, I coach music producers on how to do the same thing. So I've helped Manic to go from 800 a month. So he started at 800 and we got to 2.7 last time I checked. And that was literally in like not even 90 days. It was like in 60 days, right? So with that being said, he was telling me like, hey, I think I'm going to hit 3,000 this month, right? So I helped Manic to get there. And then Teaser, who's an amazing producer. And then we went, I'm not sure where we started out at, but it was, we added thousands of dollars a month. And so he earned $3,500 from just a single deal where he sold like 9 beats. And so that was from just one independent artist he earned $3,500 from, and that's not counting any other sales he may have had that month. So he could have easily gotten over $4,000 that month. I've helped both of them to scale up their businesses, and I can help you as well. I've helped like 15 producers to make over $1,000 a month. So if you're interested in that, just DM me, I'm interested, over on Kobe Sample Source, my Instagram, and that way I can get back with you and we can kind of chop it up a little bit and see if I'm gonna be a good fit to help you. If not, then I'm not gonna recommend doing one-on-one coaching because there's a fee associated with that. But if you are a good fit, then what I would encourage you to do is just reach out and see how I can help first, and then we can talk about moving forward with coaching. So hopefully that's helpful for you guys. Hopefully this video was informative for you as well, and I'll see you guys in the next one.